Hello everybody, so today we are going to continue with our flyers class, and this is the second class for number 4, okay? So make sure you have the correct book and take it out right now. And before we start doing our second class for part 4, I want us to go to, oopsie, where is that? One of the last few pages where they have the vocabulary, page 18, alright? So go to page 18. Alright, so we'll read through the words together as revision, okay? So let me just move aside so I can see it too. I hope you can see it, alright? So number 1, alright? Number 1, biscuit, okay? So let's read that together. Number 1 is biscuit, okay? Number 2, cookie, C-O-O-K-I-E, cookie. Number 3, butter or butter, B-U-T-T-E-R, butter. Number 4, candy, C-A-N-D-Y, candy. Number 5, chocolate, C-H-O-C-O-L-A-T-E, chocolate. Now, don't say chocolate, okay? It's not chocolate. It's chocolate, okay? Chocolate. Number 6, chopsticks, right? This is what we use here in Hong Kong to eat noodles, maybe dumplings, and sometimes rice, right? Chopsticks when we eat it in bowls. Number 7, flour, okay? It's not flour, it's flour, okay? Flour is what we use to make bread, to make cake, to make cookies. Flour is what grows from the plants, right? So flour and flour are different, okay? Number 8, fork, F-O-R-K, fork. This is what we use to eat some food, right? Fork. Jam, J-A-M, number 9, jam. Jam is a kind of a paste that we put on bread, right? Jam. Sometimes even on cakes or waffles. Number 10, knife. Be careful how you spell knife. There is a K there. K-N-I-F-E, knife, okay? Knife we use to cut food, okay? Number 11, meal, M-E-A-L. Meal means the kind of food that we eat. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner, that can be meals. Or meal means an item of food that we eat, a meal. Number 12, pepper, okay? P-E-P-P-E-R, pepper. We put pepper in our food if we need it to be a little bit more spicy, right? Pepper. Piece, P-I-E-C-E, number 13, piece. Piece means a small piece, a big piece, right? A small part of the food. Number 14, pizza, P-I-Z-Z-A, pizza, okay? Don't be careful how you read pizza, not pizza, not pizza, okay? It's pizza, pizza, P-I-Z-Z-A. Number 15, plate, P-L-A-T-E, where you put your food, right? Plate. Number 16, salt, S-A-L-T, okay? Salt. Salt is what helps our food taste better, right? Sometimes we need less salt. Sometimes we need a lot of salt. Alright, number 18, snack, S-N-A-C-K, snack. It's a small type of food that we eat, right? Snack. Number 19, spoon, S-P-O-O-N, spoon. What we use to drink soup or eat rice, right? Spoon. Number 20, sugar, S-U-G-A-R. This is a sweet thing, right, that we put in our food or sometimes our drinks. Number 21, sweets, okay? Sweets, which are just same thing as candies, right? S-W-E-T-S. And taste, number 22. Taste means to taste, right? To take up a food and see how it, is it good, is it bad, you taste it, right? So now that we know all those words, let's go to the picture cards, okay? Sorry, let me just move this chair. Let's move to the flashcards, okay? So in the flashcards, I want you to tell me, okay? What is this one? Right, it's butter or butter, okay? So you can say it two ways. You can say butter with a sharp T, butter, or you can say it with a soft T, butter, okay? Butter. Depends on what kind of accent you want, right? So this is a butter, B-U-T-T-E-R, butter, okay? B-U-T-T-E-R. Next one, what do we call this? This is to keep our food cold and fresh, right? We call this a fridge or a refrigerator. So short form is fridge. How to spell fridge? F-R-I-D-G-E, right? Or refrigerator. R-E-F. How do you spell aerator? E-R-A, refrigerator. Okay? And then we have plates. Alright, plates. We put our food on the plates, right? P-L-A-T-E-S. Biscuits. Okay, and these are not cookies, these are biscuits. Okay? B-I-S-C-U-I-T-S. Biscuits. Okay? Upside down. Should be like this, right? Like this. Right, salt. Salt with the letter S, right? Salt. And then this one. Right, it's flour. Okay, not flour. Okay, it's flour. We use it to make bread, to bake cakes, to bake cookies, right? What about this one? It's very sweet. We call this sugar, right? S-U-G-A-R, sugar. Good. And this one? Right, pizza. P-I-Z-Z-A, pizza. Good work, everyone. All right, good work. So now let's dive into the second lesson for Book 4, okay? So the second lesson for Book 4 starts at page 4, okay? So open your book to page 4, please. Your book should look like this, alright? So page 4, we have two parts. We have the reading and ordering of the pictures, so one, A, B, C, D, and we have to choose a title, okay? Alright, so this is for the first page, okay, page 4. Let me segregate or separate the pages. So this is page 4, okay, page 5, page 6, okay? So now let's read and order the pictures. First, what we have to do is we have to read the story on page 4. Now, please look at your book now, okay? So I'll take off my book off the screen and you can look at your book and we can read together, okay? So part 1, read and order the pictures, all right? A funny thing happened to my friend and me last week. We were shopping at the market. We saw a table with lots of different kinds of fruit on it. Apples, mangoes, bananas, pears. We saw a few people smelling the fruit. I picked up a mango and smelled it. It smelled really nice. Then I saw a card next to it. It said, "Try a little." Okay, I'll try it, I thought. I put it in my mouth. Just then, my friend shouted, "Stop, Richard! This isn't fruit." But it looks like a mango and smells like a mango. But it doesn't feel like a mango, and it doesn't taste like a mango, said my friend. How do you know? I asked. Because it's soap. Look, you can't eat it, or any of them. Everyone was laughing at my mistake. My face was red, okay? So the story talks about how Richard and his friend, right? Richard and his friend went to the supermarket, or not the supermarket, the market, right? And when they went to the market, there were lots of different kinds of fruit that smelled so good. Apples, mangoes, bananas, and pears. And people were smelling the mangoes, right? So they're putting the mangoes to their nose. And then there is a sign that says, "Try a little." Now, Richard thought it was some fruit, right? Because it looks like mango, it smells like mango, so he wants to eat it. But his friend said, "Don't eat it." Why? Because it is soap, right? It is soap. So now we have the story, and we have the pictures, A to D, okay? So which one comes first, okay? Is it A, B, C, or D? Which one comes first? First, they saw the store with the fruit. We have apples, mangoes, bananas, pears. What do you think is the first one? The first one is B, right? Picture B, okay? Right. They went to the market and saw different types of fruit. Okay, what about the second one? What happened next? Okay, is it A, C, or D? A, C, or D? People were smelling the mangoes. I smelt it and it smelled really nice. Is it A, B, or A, C, or D? And there is a card that said try me or try a little. It should be D, right? D. Okay? It should be D. Okay? Alright, so let's continue next. So which one is the next photo? Is it A or C? A or C? I put it in my mouth. Just then, my friend shouted, "Stop, Richard! Don't eat the food." Sorry, don't eat the fruit. Is it A? B, is it A or C?
A.
Right, very good. It should be A. Okay. And lastly, right, should be very easy. Last one is C. So C is everyone was laughing at my mistake. My face was red. So when you feel like you are ashamed, right, you call that embarrassed. Embarrassed. Okay? Okay, very good. So now let's try to choose the best title for the story. Is it the first one, a funny trip or a funny shopping trip? I forgot to put the word shopping, okay? The word shopping should be here. A funny shopping trip, a horrible shopping trip, or a boring shopping trip? What do you think should be the correct answer? Right, it should be a funny shopping trip, right? A funny shopping trip. Okay, so circle the correct one. Good. Alright, so would you like to have some soap that smells like fruit? I think I would like, alright? Anyway, let's move on to the next page. Page 5. Okay, page 5. Look at picture A and answer the questions. Okay, look at picture A and answer the questions. Now, let's take a look at picture A, okay? So in picture A, let me remove the answer so you won't copy. In picture A, we can find a Christmas market, right? A Christmas market. And in the Christmas market, we have a shop that sells biscuits, right? Biscuits. We also have a pet parlor where the pets can go for grooming to cut their hair, cut their nails, have a massage, right? Very nice. And a shop that sells Christmas trees, okay? Christmas trees, where you can buy your nice and smells good Christmas tree, okay? And we also have some cafe where people can get together to have some coffee, some cake, some food, and some drinks, right? And we have a lot of people. And here we have a small pond with some ducks, and some people are feeding some pieces of bread to the ducks, okay? So now that we know what's in the photo in picture A, we have to answer the questions in question number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, okay? First, I will answer number 1 and 2 with you. Question number 3, 4, 5, and 6, you have to answer on your own, okay? So try your best to answer on your own. Alright, for question number 1, what winter holiday is it? What winter holiday is it? Alright, I'll give you 30 seconds. Tell me your answers, everyone at home. Okay. Alright, very good. What about the students in the classroom? So what holiday is it? What winter holiday?
Christmas.
Very good. Christmas, right? This is the holiday, Christmas. How do we spell Christmas? We can find it in the picture, right? So Christmas is CHRISTMAS. Christmas, okay? Now let's answer question number 2 together after writing your answer, okay? Okay, very good. Next one, number 2. What is the woman in the orange coat buying? What is the woman in the orange coat buying? Now we have to look at the picture again. Can we find the woman with the orange coat? Is this her? No, right? Is this her? No. It's this one? Yes, and what is she buying? You can see some kind of biscuit, right? But what kind of biscuit? Is it a strawberry biscuit? Is it an orange biscuit? Is it a chocolate biscuit?
It's chocolate biscuit.
Right, so everyone at home, I need to hear your answer. Can you give me your answer for number 2? Shout it out loud. 3, 2, 1. Okay, very good. What about Audrey in the classroom? What's your answer?
Chocolate biscuit.
Very good. Okay, so it's chocolate biscuit. How do we spell chocolate? CHOCOLATE. Chocolate, okay? Not chocolate. It's chocolate, okay? Chocolate biscuit. How do we spell biscuit? You can find it from the sign here. Biscuit is BISCUIT. Biscuit, okay? So now you can do questions number 3, 4, 5, and 6 by yourselves. First, I will read the question, okay? And then I'll give you some time to do by yourself. Number 3. Who is going to get a new coat? Who is going to get a new coat? So someone is giving someone a new coat, right? You can check. Number 4. What is the man in blue jacket buying? What is the man in the blue jacket buying? Okay. Number 5. How many people are having cake? How many people are having cake? So we can see 2 people already eating cake, right? And number 6. What is the little boy giving to the ducks? What is the little boy giving to the ducks? All right. Okay, so I'll give you around 2 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes. You can start to do your work now. I'll put a timer. 2 minutes starts now. Okay, you have around 1 minute left. All right, 10 seconds. All right, so your time is up, everyone. So now let's check our answers, okay? So for question number 3, who is getting a new coat? Who is getting a new coat? All right, so let's look at the photo, okay? Who is getting a new coat in the photo? Who can we see getting a new coat? It should be the dog, right? The dog is getting a new coat. So the answer for question number 3 is a dog. Okay? Alright, check your answers. If they are wrong, please correct them. Good. For question number 4, what is the man in the blue jacket buying? What is the man in the blue jacket buying? Alright, so everyone at home, can you share with me your answers? Okay, good try. What about Audrey? What is the man in blue jacket buying?
Cake.
Very good, cakes. Okay, so he's buying 2 cakes. 2 yummy cakes, okay? 2 yummy cakes. And then question number 5. How many people are having cakes? How many people are having cakes? If there are 2 cakes, that means how many people? Also 2, right? T-W-O, 2. And lastly, question number 6. What is the little boy giving to the ducks? What is the little boy giving to the ducks? Is it cake? No, right? It is bread. Bread. B-R-E-A-D. Alright, I'll give you another minute just to correct your answers. Number 1, Christmas. Number 2, chocolate biscuits. Number 3, a dog. Number 4, 2 cakes. Number 5, 2. Number 6, bread. You have around 30 more seconds. Please correct your answers, okay? Alright, so now let's move on to the next part. Part 2, okay? So now look at picture B and say the differences with picture A, okay? There are a couple of differences in picture A and in picture B. Can you please circle the differences in picture A and in picture B? Alright? I'll give you around a minute, another minute. Please circle the differences, okay? You should find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 differences, okay? You have a minute. Alright, your minute is up, okay? So now let's check our answers, okay? So your answers should be like this, alright? So the first one is the shop with the biscuits, right? Now the shop with the biscuits is now changed to a shop with the sugar, okay? And then we have a pet parlor, which is now changed into a clothes store. So with the clothes store, we will count as just one change, okay? So the pet parlor, and so no more dog. Another change is the clothes. That means the man is getting the coat now, not the dog. Second is the Christmas tree store is now the flower shop. And then in the cafe, we have the man buying 2 cakes is now 2 cups of coffee. And the boy is giving some chips or fries to the ducks, not bread anymore, right? So that's the difference that we can find. Alright, so did you get all of those differences? Audrey, don't do that page. Okay, very good. So now let's move on to page 6. Okay, page 6. So on page 6, we are going to learn how to make a cake. So the title of the story is Making a Cake. And we have 5 pictures. Okay, we have 5 pictures. Now we have picture 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And how do we talk about these pictures, okay? First, we have to describe the photos. So each photo, something is happening, okay? In each photo, something is happening. And in each photo, we have some people. So who are they? And also in each photo, we can talk about what they are doing. Okay? And then we can put all of that together to make a story, okay? Make a story. So before we start doing that, okay, I want to give you some time, around 2 minutes, okay? 2 minutes. Look at the photos and try to make a story, okay? You can use these to help you describe the photo. You can say, in picture 1, right, what happened? There are 2 girls, you can give them names, Helen and Katie, right? Their names are Helen and Katie. So that's already who are they. And what are they doing? They are trying to make a cake. And then you talk about each photo differently. Okay? Alright, so I'll give you 2 minutes. Please try to make up a story, okay? Your 2 minutes will start now. Right, Audrey? Okay, so everyone try to make a story. Okay, you have 2 minutes to think. Everyone at home, if you are ready to tell your story, you can just shout out your story now. Try to think of the story. One minute left. Thirty seconds. Okay, very good. So, I hope everyone at home, you can share your stories already, right? So let's try to ask Audrey in the classroom. Can you please say loudly your story that you came up with, okay? From pictures 1 and pictures 5. Please do it loudly so that everyone at home can hear your story, okay? Okay, you may now start.
Helen and Katie decide to make a cake. They take the things that they need in the refrigerator and start making.
Okay, louder.
They put egg and flour into the bowl and mix it together.
Louder, please.
Helen put chocolate into the bowl that makes it melt. At last they make a cake. They put it into the oven and start cooking. 2 hours later they play video games. When Helen took back the cake out, it was burned.
Okay, very good. Very good story. Thank you, Audrey. So she did a very good job of describing the pictures, telling us who they are, and also telling us what is happening or what are they doing in each photo. Okay, so now I will just repeat what Audrey said loudly so you can understand, okay? So Audrey said, right in picture 1, Audrey said, there are 2 girls, Helen and Katie, and they are trying to make a cake. First, Helen took out all of the things they needed to make a cake. Eggs, flour, butter, chocolate, a bowl, and a spoon. I think there's one more thing missing, said Helen. Yes, some milk, I think, or maybe some sugar too, said Katie. Picture 2. Helen added lots of chocolate into her cake because she loves chocolate, so she's melting a lot of chocolate. Katie is cracking some eggs to use to stir the mixture. They are working together to make a very delicious cake. In picture 3, after mixing all the ingredients, mixing the butter, the eggs, the milk, flour, sugar, and some chocolates, they put the mixture in a pan and put it in the oven. How many minutes should we bake it for? Just 1 hour, said Helen. Picture 4. 2 hours later, they were still playing their video games. They had forgotten about making a cake. Suddenly, there was some smoke coming out of the kitchen, and Helen and Katie could smell it. Picture 5. Oh no, said Helen as she opened the door of the oven. Our cake is burned. It is ruined. Oh no, said Katie. We forgot about it while we were playing video games. Okay? See, so that's how you try to make a story, by describing the photo, telling us who they are and what they are doing. You can also make pretend voices for them, right? To say what they are saying. Okay? Very good. So now I hope you know or understand how to talk about the pictures, alright? So now let's go to part 2, where we have to answer the questions. Again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 questions, and I will do 2 of them together, and then 3, 4, and 5 you will do by yourselves for around 1 minute to 2 minutes, okay? So let's answer the questions together for 1 and 2. Question number 1. What were Helen and Katie doing in the kitchen? What were they doing? Again, full sentence, okay? What were they doing? So past tense. They, past tense, right? Were baking. So baking is the way you cook some pastry. So bread, you don't cook bread, you bake bread. You don't cook cookies, you bake cookies. You don't bake cakes. Sorry, you don't cook cakes, you bake cakes, okay? So they were baking a cake. C-A-K-E. That's the answer for number 1. They were baking a cake. So please try to put this full sentence in the space, okay? They were baking a cake. B-A-K-I-N-G. Baking. T-H-E-Y, they. W-E-R-E, were baking, B-A-K-I-G, a cake, C-A-K-E. Very easy to spell, right? All these words. Now let's move on to question number 2. What did they take from the cupboard and the fridge? So both the cupboard and the fridge, what did they take? So we can start from the left-hand side, our left-hand side, to the right-hand side in the photo, okay? So what can we see first? First, she took out maybe eggs, right? She took out this one, and we can just write down a short answer. So we can write eggs. What else? The white box, right? That is sugar. Is it sugar? Yes, sugar. SUGAR, comma, eggs, sugar, and then she's holding something, right? She's holding some chocolates. So CHOCOLATES. Okay, chocolates, comma. So eggs, sugars, chocolates. What else? What else? Right, on the table, write some butter. BUTTER, butter. Of course, when we need to bake something, we need some flour. Okay, FLOUR, flour. And finally, from the fridge, Katie reminded Helen that they also needed some milk. Very good. MILK, milk. So they needed eggs, sugar, chocolates, butter, flour, and milk. Okay, so it was a chocolate cake that they were baking, right? So now please go and do number 3, 4, and 5. Okay, 3, 4, and 5. So for question number 3, what did Katie do with the eggs and the flour? So you can see Katie, what is she doing, right? You have to do something, right? And where will you do that thing? Will you put it on the floor? No, right? Question number 4. What did they do for 2 hours? Right? They did something for 2 hours that they forgot about the cake. And question number 5. What happened to the cake? What happened to the cake? So you have to tell me what happened in the end to the cake. Okay? Alright, I'll give you another 2 minutes. Alright? 2 minutes. Or maybe just 1 minute and a half. Okay? 1.5 minutes starts now. Please answer 3 to 4. 3 to 5, sorry. 30 seconds left. Ten seconds left. All right, very good, everybody. Now let's check our answers together, okay? All right, so now let's go back to question number 3. What did Katie do with the eggs and flour? So what was Katie doing? She mixed, right? Mixed, past tense. M-I-X-E-D. She mixed them. Where did she mix them? On a plate? No, right? In a bowl. She mixed them in a bowl. Full stop. Question number 4. What did they do for 2 hours? What did they do? They were playing video games. They were playing video games, okay? Alright, and lastly, what happened to the cake? Question number 5. What happened to the cake? It was burnt, right? It got burnt. It was burnt. Okay? So now please answer the questions if you gotten them wrong. If it's similar to mine and it makes sense, then you can keep it, okay? But just mind you, these are the correct answers, okay? The correct answers. Alright? Check your answers, please. Alright, so for the next part, okay, I want you to close your workbook, okay? Close your workbook. We will need this later, so don't put it away. Just close it now. And open our activity book to page 54. Activity book to page 54. Now on our activity book, page 54, we have 3 parts. Part 1, which we need the workbook. Part 2, the listening and drawing lines. And part 3, which is choosing the best answer, okay? The first that we're going to do is part 2, okay? The listening and drawing lines, okay? Listening and drawing lines. So, I will play the recording once only, and we will check the answer after playing it once, alright? So please listen carefully and draw the lines, okay? Let me just find the recording. Number 4. Okay. Oh, why is it like this? Alright, so listen up carefully. I'll be playing the recording only once, okay? So make sure you get the right answers.
Unit 7, Lesson 3, Activity 2. Listen and draw lines.
Are you enjoying your meal, David? My pasta is lovely.
Yes, thanks, Mum. My rice and vegetables are very nice.
What about you, Helen?
It's great, Mum. I love the sausages, but I'd like some more salt on my chips.
You shouldn't have too much salt, Helen. It isn't good for you.
I'll just put a bit of salt on them then. Do you like your food, Dad?
Yes, thanks. The chicken tastes lovely. And the peas are very nice too.
What's Silver having for lunch?
He's eating some meat under the table. I think he likes his meal too.
Alright, very good. So now let's answer these questions together. So Mom has been done as an example, right? So Mom is having her pasta. So she's all the way at letter E, okay? Now let's answer David's, alright? So Mom asks if David is enjoying his food, and David says, yes, I like my rice and vegetables. So which one is rice and vegetables? A, B, C, or D? Very good. It is C, right? The vegetables and rice is C. Let's move on to Helen, right? So Mom asked Helen how she finds her food, and Helen said the sausage is great, but she hopes to have a little bit more salt for her chips or her fries, okay? So in the UK, chips means French fries, alright? So this is B. Helen is eating B. Sausages and chips. Next one is Dad. Mom asked, or Helen asked, or someone asked Dad, right? How do you find your food? And Dad said, I like my chicken, and the peas are great too. So chicken and peas are picture A, right? And they also have a dog with them for lunch. His name is Silver, and he's eating some meat under the table. And that is picture D. Alright? I hope you get those correct. Right? Fairly easy. Okay, good. So before we do questions part 1 and part 3, let's go to the next page on page 55. Alright, so everyone, let's now go to our activity book, page 55, okay? Let's do the second part, part 2, where you have to listen and draw lines, okay? There are some names here. We have Michael as an example. Michael. We have Michael's mom. Michael's grandfather. And Michael's sister. Right? So we have to draw the lines for them into the picture. We have to find them basically. So listen up to the recording and we will check the answers together. I'll just show you the answers, okay? So listen to the recording and I will play it just one time, okay? Just once, and we will check our answers together. Alright, I hope you are ready. Okay, listen up carefully.
Unit 7, Lesson 4, Activity 2. Listen and draw lines.
I wonder where all these people are. Is it a supermarket?
No, it's a market. They're buying fruit and vegetables. And flowers too.
Somebody's buying a lot of apples.
That's Michael. He's buying them for his mother.
Okay, so that's the example, right? We can see Michael buying lots of apples. So they have drawn the line of Michael to the boy buying lots of apples. Now listen to the next questions.
She's making an apple cake today.
Is his mother at the market too?
Yes, that's her over there, talking to the man at the table with all the flowers. I think she wants to buy those lovely flowers.
Who's that, looking at the onions and potatoes?
That's Michael's grandfather. And Michael's sister is the one buying some bananas. Can you see her?
Is she the girl who is wearing a hat?
No, she's the one who's eating a banana. I think she's hungry.
Alright, that should have been easy for everyone, right? So very easy. Let's now check our answers. I will show you my book and this is the correct answer, okay? So over here we have Michael's family, right? So we have Michael as the example over there buying the apples. Now where is Michael's mom? Michael's mom is the lady talking to the man with the flower, right? And she wants to buy the flower. This is Michael's mom. Where is Michael's grandfather? Michael's grandfather is looking at the potatoes and the onions, right? So these are the potatoes and the onions. So this is Michael's grandfather. Michael's sister is the girl who's trying to buy a banana and is eating a banana because she might be hungry. Where is the girl eating a banana? Right, this is the girl eating a banana, right? Over here. So that's Michael's sister. Alright, so before we do part 1 of the activity book, page 55, let's now go to the next page and do one last listening exercise, okay? So one last listening exercise on page 56 of our of our activity book, page 56, part 3. Alright, we have to listen and color, draw, and write. So we have to do 4 things, right? Listening, coloring, drawing, and writing. So I'll put away my book now so you can try to do it by yourselves, all right? So I will play the recording just once and then I'll show you my answers on my book, all right? So please listen carefully and we'll check the answers together, okay? So again, part 3 of page 56 on your activity book, part 3, okay? So take out your color pencils now. If you have any color pencils, please take them out. Do you have any? Alright, take out your color pencils and we are going to start now, alright? So listen up carefully.
Unit 7, Lesson 5, Activity 3. Listen and colour, draw and write.
What are these people doing?
They're selling biscuits. I think you can eat them, but you can also hang them on your Christmas tree.
Yes, they look lovely, don't they? Do you think it's cold outside or warm?
It's cold. They're wearing gloves and scarves and hats.
Do you want to colour the scarves?
Yes. I'm going to give the girl a red and blue striped scarf. And the boy...
Alright, I'll give you around 10 seconds to color the red and blue striped scarf of the girl. Red and blue, right? 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This scarf is going to be green.
What about the...
Okay, 10 seconds again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Their hats and gloves?
Okay. The girl's hat and gloves are dark blue.
5. Okay, 5 seconds for this one. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
The boy's hat and gloves are brown.
Another 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Yes, that looks nice.
Uh-huh. What do you think they are saying to the people in the market?
Perhaps they're saying, "Try our lovely biscuits."
Yes, perhaps. Can you write, "Try our lovely biscuits," next to the girl and the boy?
Okay.
Alright, very good. So now let's check our answers, everybody. Okay, so here we have the picture of the Christmas market, right? So there are people buying stuff and there is a special store that sells cookies that you can eat or cookies that you can hang on your Christmas tree. So the boy and the girl, the woman and the lady in the shop, they're wearing scarves and jackets and hats, right? Because it's cold. Now the woman's hat is colored dark brown and the woman's scarf is stripe. Okay, so it's changing colors with blue and red. The man's hat and gloves are color brown. color brown. And the scarf is color green. Okay, his scarf is color green. And they are trying to say, "Try our lovely biscuits." How do we spell that? We spell it like this, okay, with an exclamation point at the end. Try, T-R-Y, our, O-U-R, lovely, L-O-V-E-L-Y, biscuits, B-I-S-C-U-I-T-S. Try our lovely biscuits, okay? So I hope you get the answers correct. Alright? Good work. So now let's go to page 54 of our activity book, okay? Alright, so on page 54 of our activity book, this is where you'll have your homework, alright? So you have some homework here on part 1, okay? So part 1 is homework. How do you do this homework? You need to use your workbook page 3, okay? Workbook page 3. Wait, let me show you. Okay? Workbook page 3 over here. And you just write down yes or no, okay? You have to write down yes or no. So this is your homework, okay? Page 54 of your activity book, part 1. Alright? Good. And then the next homework is same page. Page 54 of your activity book, part 3. Just circle the correct answer, okay? So this is also your homework. So I will mark it down here. This is another homework for you. The color red one, okay? Homework. So far you have 2 homework in page 54 of your activity book, part 1 and part 3. Now let's go to page 55, okay? Page 55. Okay, on page 55 we only have 1 part left to do. Part 1. This is also your homework, okay? Part 1 is also your homework. Just use the words in the box, okay? This is your homework, part 1 of page 55. You use the words in the box and put them in the spaces provided. Alright, so you have to read and you have to write. Now what we will have to do is page 56 together, okay? Page 56 together. Alright, so on page 56, we need our workbook page 5, okay? So page 56, part 1, we need our workbook page 5, alright? So let's try to do that very quickly together. So on workbook page 5, we have the questions, right? Or the answers, I should say. Question number 2. A man is buying a Christmas tree. A man is buying a Christmas tree. Yes or no? No, right? It is a woman buying a Christmas tree. So please write down the answer. No. Okay? No. Audrey, page 56. Alright, what about question number 3? A man is buying his wife a new coat. A man is buying his wife a new coat? No, he's buying his dog a new coat, right? So the answer should be no for number 3. Okay? Now, question number 4. The children are going to have some cake. The 2 children are going to have some cake. Yes or no? Is their dad buying them a cake or 2 cakes? Yes, right? So the answer should be yes. Their dad is going to buy them some cakes. Alright, and question number 5. A girl is following her little brother. A girl is following her little brother. Is she following her little brother? No, right? The little brother is following her. So number 5 should be no. Lastly, question number 6. Question number 6. The ducks are eating bread. The ducks are eating bread. Yes or no? Yes, very good. The ducks are eating bread. So write down yes. Okay? Now, we have to do and write the look and write the differences in A and B, okay? So we will do one together and number 3, 4, and 5 as your homework again, okay? 3, 4, and 5 as your homework. So I will write down an example and you can copy it down and then write down another for your answer, okay? So in picture A, we can say a man is buying his dog a coat, right? In A, a man is buying his dog a coat. Okay? And then you put a full stop. Then the difference is in B, right? So you write in B, she's buying, or is it she or he? He is, okay? He is buying a coat for himself, maybe himself, right? For himself, sorry. Maybe better to write like this. He's buying himself a coat. Should be himself, not himself, okay? But it's better to write like this, shorter. Alright? So this is the difference in picture A and in picture B, right? So in picture A, a man is buying his dog a coat. But in picture B, he is buying himself a coat. Okay? So this is just one of the differences we can find, right? Now you have to find the other differences and write them down in sentence number 3, 4, and 5. Okay? So this is another homework. So altogether you have 4 pieces of homework to do, right? Page 54 of your activity book, part 1. Page 54 of your activity book, part 3. 2 homework in page 54. And then page 55, part 1. Okay, we have 1 homework. And lastly, we have 3 questions left on page 56, part 3. Find the differences, alright? Okay, I hope you've marked down your homework for this lesson, okay? And thank you very much for joining me today. Just to make sure, okay, I want to remind you to go to the back page of your book. I think it's page 18, right? Let me find for you. Yes, page 18, okay? Please go on and keep studying. Oopsie. Keep studying how to spell the words in page 18, okay? So all of the words, so we know how to write them down, okay? So go home and please do that and finish your homework. And I hope to see you again next lesson. Bye-bye!